Assalamu alaikum. Beanibazar Sporting Club recently held their 5th annual Village Cup football tournament in UK at the Power League in Ilford. I've got a panel of guests here. Let's go ahead and find out a little bit more about the event. Let me introduce, first of all, we have here Rejwan Ahmed from Ahazna FC. Wa alaikum salam. And then we have here Iftikhar Ahmed from Ahazna FC as well. Wa alaikum salam. We have here Abul Hussein, who's from Firosok.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. And then we have here Akbar Hussein from the Beanibazar Sporting Club. He's the secretary as well as a committee member there.
Assalamu
Wa alaikum salam. Let's talk about a little bit about the event overall, Akbar. Tell us how was it this year compared to other years?
It's growing constantly. I mean, this is the 5th year, like you said. I remember when we started the first year around, we had a lot less teams compared to now. We didn't know many teams who they were. And over the last 5 years, we've got now, in participation-wise, we probably had about 80 or 90 teams. Villages actually took part overall. So it's growing overall, and people are coming from far and beyond London. Some guests came from France, Spain. They want to come support the villages and so on. So alhamdulillah, it's growing, and young kids are getting a lot more involved. And the villages themselves, the teams, where they started, say 5 years ago, on the ultimate hostel, to put a team together. Now, but there are the ultimate player performance is a lot more better. Team unity is a lot more getting stronger. And connection-wise, the network is also growing. So, yeah, it's working, it's going in the right direction.
Yeah. Well, we have here the champions of this year, Ahazna FC. We can see the trophy, right in front of them. So congratulations, Ahazna and Team Ahazna, Village Ahazna. I suppose I've got to add on. Well done to you guys. What's the feeling like?
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's been really good. It's been a long time, to be fair, since the first ever Village Cup. We've been, I think everyone's been dreaming for a moment like this, and alhamdulillah, on the 5th year we were finally able to do it against like ex-champions as well. So I think that just made it extra better.
Well, what does it feel like, participating in a Village Cup? Normally people take part in a football team, What does it mean for your village itself?
It meant a lot, and বিশেষ করে almost 50 villages জিনিসত participate করছেন যে একতা যে দেখা গেছে বা একটা আনন্দ ফিল করছি যে আমরা সব day out. It was an amazing day, মানে ছোটদের জন্য বড়দের জন্য মা বোন সব, it was a community event, and congratulations to the Beanibazar Sporting Association that it was an amazing job, and may you continue to do such amazing job, and I'm sure, like you said, it's going to get bigger and better every year. And alhamdulillah, and jazakallah for bringing us here and inviting us here. But
yeah, let's go ahead and see the documentary so our viewers can see who was there and what happened.
একদিনের ফুটবলকে কেন্দ্র করে একটি উপজেলার ৪৮টি গ্রাম, প্রায় ৫০০ খেলোয়াড় ও প্রায় ৫,০০০ মানুষের সমাগমে উৎসবে পরিণত হয়েছিল বিয়ানীবাজার ভিলেজ কাপ ফুটবল টুর্নামেন্ট। পঞ্চমবারের মতো অনুষ্ঠিত এই ফুটবলকে কেন্দ্র করে ইউকে ছাড়াও অনেকে ইউরোপ ও আমেরিকা থেকে এসেছিলেন খেলা দেখতে।
এই উদ্যোগে সবাই একত্রিত করছে, মুরব্বী এবং ইয়াংস্টার যারা, বিশেষ করে আমরা ইয়াংস্টার যারা আছি, আমার ছেলেও খেলাইরা তাই না আজকে।
এই যে ইয়াং জেনারেশন যে একটা গেট টুগেদার করার একটা অপরচুনিটি, ইটস এ ভেরি গুড থিং।
যারা টুর্নামেন্টে অংশগ্রহণ করছেন সব স্বাগত জানাই।
We'll do tiki-taka and score and we'll win.
We won our first game 2-0. We're going to win the whole tournament this year.
খুব সুন্দর লাগে, ভালো লাগে।
Obviously I'm from Gulafganj, but my nana is from Beanibazar, so I just came here to support my nana team.
নিজ নিজ গ্রামের পক্ষে খেলতে দাদার সাথে নাতি আর বাবার সাথে ছেলেকেও মাঠে নামতে হয়েছিল। তবে দিন শেষে ফুটবলকে কেন্দ্র করে 4 প্রজন্মের মধ্যে মেলবন্ধন সৃষ্টি হয়েছিল।
মাত্রা থাকি সোফার 7টা টিম আছে।
দেলগ্রামের 2 টিম, টিম A, টিম B. I'm doing very well, inshallah.
কাকর দিকে অবস্থা খুব ভালো, আলহামদুলিল্লাহ।
খুব ভালো লাগে আজকের যে ওয়েদার, গরম নাই, ঠান্ডা নাই, মেঘলা।
খাখর দি এফসি থেকে আইছি। 4,000 মানুষ একত্রে এখানে আনা হইছে। খুব ভালো লাগে।
স্পোর্টিং ক্লাব, আমরা 2 গেম খেলাইছি, 2 উইন।
আমরা সদরপুর স্পোর্টিং ক্লাব থেকে আইছি।
স্বামী, ছেলে ও নাতিদের খেলা দেখতে অনেক মহিলারাও গড় ছেড়ে মাঠে এসেছিলেন পরিবার নিয়ে।
My whole body is Bibi Rai and my body is Ahazna, and they're versing each other.
So excited to see Daddy.
আমার ছেলে, আমার মামাতো ভাই
সেও আমার এখানে নিয়ে আসছে আঙ্গুরা মাহমুদপুর টিম তাকে আইসি
বিলেতে বেড়ে ওঠা নতুন প্রজন্মকে শেকড়ের সাথে পরিচয় করতে এই আয়োজন বলে জানিয়েছেন আয়োজকরা।
It's a history on its own because one Upajala from Bangladesh coming in here in UK and bringing 48 village teams to participate in a one-day competition is actually a record on its own, and this could be actually a Guinness World Book of Record.
আমরা হল গাঁওর সমিতির আমরা সভাপতি আমরা অনেক মুরব্বী হল এলাকার মাঝে এরা সহযোগিতা করছেন।
সকল কলাকৌশলী এবং প্লেয়ার এবং যারা খেলা উপভোগ করতে আসছেন সবাইকে ধন্যবাদ জানাচ্ছি।
ফাইনালে পীরের চোখকে হারিয়ে চ্যাম্পিয়ন হয় আখাজনা। পুরস্কার বিতরণী অনুষ্ঠানে বিয়ানীবাজার স্পোর্টিং ক্লাবের চেয়ারম্যান মেজবাহ আহমেদ এমবির সভাপতিত্বে ও সেক্রেটারি আকবর হোসেনের পরিচালনায় বক্তব্য রাখেন আকবর হোসেন রবিন, বদরুল হক, হাবিবুর রহমান ময়না, আব্দুল শফিক, শায়স্তা চৌধুরী কুদ্দুস, আবু শাফি ও নাহিদ নূর সহ আরও অনেকে। আয়োজকরা দাবি করছেন এই টুর্নামেন্টকে কেন্দ্র করে গিনেস ওয়ার্ল্ড বুকে রেকর্ড করতে যাচ্ছে বিয়ানীবাজার স্পোর্টিং ক্লাব। বিশেষ করে একদিনের খেলায় প্রায় 50টি দল অংশ নেয়, 500 খেলোয়াড় অংশ নেয় এবং প্রায় 80,000 পাউন্ড বাজেট রাখা হয় দিনব্যাপী এই খেলায়। ফয়সাল মাহমুদ, চ্যানেল এস নিউজ, লন্ডন।
Well, what a fantastic atmosphere. I mean, Ahazna, particularly the penalty, I mean, you know, Rashid is one of our younger brothers anyway from Westminster. He's been playing with London Tigers since he's been a kid, and seeing him in goal, which is a surprise because he's normally a defender. And what a save he's made at the end.
I think a lot of people don't know that, and honestly, Rashid Bhai, he's an asset to not just our team but our village. It's the character he is in terms of when he comes to training. In terms of how he gels in with the group, it's honestly it's a blessing to have him. Not everyone knew that he's a keeper, you know, and everyone when they saw him they assumed he was, and then you know, on the final to step up like that. We were having a conversation pretty much yesterday, and I was saying to him that I would hate to be him because obviously Piro Chok took the second kick, so you can imagine at that point it all falls on him. Whereas if we took the second kick and we scored, everyone would forget the keeper. Whereas he obviously being the keeper, having to save that, all that pressure.
Let's bring Firoz in. I mean, you know, Abul, you know, out of 5 years, 4 years in the final, you know, that's a great achievement for the village team, yourself, and particularly winning it. Was it last year? No, year before. Year before you guys won it. You know, what's it like being in the final and losing? So sorry, it's another way of asking the question.
As you know, in football, it happens.
That's true.
Fine margin
I suppose you're used
between
to it.
winning and losing. I remember the first time I played, even for you, at age of 16, and now I'm 43, still going.
MashaAllah, long journey.
Some of the youngsters.
Yeah.
Thing is with first off, considering how small the village is, it's very difficult for us to attract players in terms of, so we only got literally 5 players that play. So from the year 1 to the 5th year, 5 players playing 9 games is very, very tough. So when you get to the final, we run out of energy, run out of legs, especially at my age, which makes it very, very difficult. But what it demonstrates, we know how to win games. You know, the group matches were tough for us. When you got to the knockout stages, we raised the game. We know what we have to do to get to the final. I think we just run out of energy when it gets to the final.
One lady came to me and said that Buda boyshal player inte zebala khalai rota hurtente ki kedo kila khalain. It's true. This is, you know, so it's like, you know, credit to you guys, but that's because, you know, you've played, you know, competitive level yourselves. So you know, you played with a little bit with your head and plan, and you know.
We've got to realise you've managed me, you've managed many teams, you played as well. I think, like what Akbar Bhai was saying, it's a unique opportunity to play in this Village Cup in terms of some of the dads playing with the sons, the granddads playing with the nephews and everything. But one of the things we're lacking is the quality of non-league football, Bengali football, and what I bring to our team.
You know, what's the camp? You know, what's the feeling like in the camp?
It's a lot of disappointment, a lot of fingers pointed at me in terms of being the most experienced player, making those silly mistakes, you know, giving the ball away for them to score. Also the red card as well, you know. It's one of those things that happens in a game. The head said it could get to the ball, the legs won't let you. But, you know, we'll go again next year, and we've done that in the last 4 or 5 years. We try again next year.
Really
hopefully
good.
the freshen legs.
Akbar, I think, one of the things is the atmosphere, like this is not just a normal football tournament. You've got families coming down, you've got mums coming to support, their sons, you've got wives coming to support their husbands, you've got nieces coming to support uncles. What a wonderful atmosphere. Tell us a little bit about that.
I think the video says
I was going to say.
sister was saying, her husband is one place and her father was another place, and they both team are playing. And we've seen over the years, mothers, sisters, aunts, grandmas, they are appreciate it. And that's nice to see. And that shows, from our point of view, it shows a big confidence. It's a safe environment. And that's what we want to always promote. It's not only about Village Cup to play a competitive level of football, but to make an atmosphere, an environment where people can feel safe. Children can come along. And I think we have, in that sense, we've definitely succeeded. I think we spoke about, 5 years ago, should we have security on the day? And we said, no, Hamna, it makes this look like, they made Khobor. And there was no fight. Obviously, on the pitch, the wall is going to be tit for tat. But looking at it now, 5 years later, having those security is not about violence or fights, so on. It's more about crowd control, supporting someone's injured, like we had in this year with injury, the security guards can assist, wait for the ambulance and so on. So there's a lot of changes happening, and it gives that atmosphere, it gives that confidence for us as an organisation that is going definitely in the right direction. Having mums on the day definitely gives the confidence. And just to add on to what Abu was saying earlier on, I don't think there's any other team actually been to the final twice. And that is hard work. And they've been there 4 times. And that is in itself kind of shows the level of sports is happening from Firoz's side. So overall, yeah, definitely is growing. The momentum's there, certainly. And we've got to work on it.
Yeah. So let's talk about Ahazna was nearly there, previous years. Nearly there, not there. And today, this year, you guys are champions. What's the preparation that you guys took that was different this year?
I think
compared to previous years?
One of the main aspects is the experience that was gained over the last few tournaments, and the main thing is about getting to know each other on the field, know each other's strengths and weaknesses, and play to your strengths, and having a sort of game plan that you can execute on the day, and that eventually came with experience and time that they spent together. And it was a matter of time, honestly. A couple of years ago, I thought when the whole squad was available, we felt we had a very good chance. But like I said, on the day in knockout stages, anyone can win. It's a very thin line between winning and losing. But alhamdulillah, this year, the experience showed, and eventually we were crowned champions.
And was there young people, from your team? Because one of the ethos we're trying to encourage, as you know, the ethos of the tournament is about connecting young people to their roots, which is the village. Let's start with the village first. Normally, we have a tradition saying we're from Sylhet, we're from Bangladesh, and that's it. But actually, let's go deeper a little bit. Beanibazar is the Upajala police station, Thana, whatever they related to it officially. And then you have the village that goes in, thrown in there. What's it like with all the youngsters? What's their feelings?
Honestly, I think I forgot to mention earlier, Beanibazar SPORIUM Cup আপনারা ধন্যবাদ দেওয়া নিয়ম, because honestly, since you've formed this tournament, it's achieved more than what you guys actually set out. And the fact that personally myself, I've learned so many villages that I didn't know about before. And it's like even recently when I go back home and I'm like hearing about a village or we're going past somewhere and I'm saying the name, and then my parents are looking at me like, and then I was like, for football. So it's just like, it's amazing. And the fact that you've actually also inspired our village. Amra bari kitoise এখন now আমরা annual family fund করতাম সেরকম, because দেখছি আমরা বছরে খালি বিয়াত দেখা হয় আর নাই জনজাত দেখা হয়. And what you guys have done now is the 3rd occasion. We actually meet family on the Beanibazar Village Cup. So we actually look forward to it. And the funny thing is, the young generation, honestly, unless it's a close relative, they don't even go to weddings. So after you guys have formed this is like the first day on the calendar. Forget birthdays, forget anything. It's the Village Cup. We know when it is in July, and holiday shopta, like anything happens, idin fartam na Village Cup was our lagbo. And it's nice because I know I'm going to see certain aunties, certain fufus, certain sasain, and honestly the unity, it makes us proud to say we're not just from Ahazna but from Beanibazar, because to be able to get this many number of villages together, young, old, in our team especially, we had granddad playing with grandson, we had dad playing with son, and I know that was one of your main things that you wanted to achieve. And honestly, the proof's in the pudding. Team A, our team A and B, we both had relatives, and it was just like a proud moment. In 10 years' time, you can imagine when they're going to talk about it, they're going to say, I played with my son, or amar nati loge khalaisi, amar batuza loge khalaisi. Who can say that? Not many people can. No. And it's and we've got 2 brothers in the team. I think they deserve a special shout as well. I don't know whether to call them the Bellingham brothers or the Lord Drop brothers or the De Boer brothers, but Safwan, Saihan, them guys, they've done really well. They came in and they actually play a higher level of football than anyone else, but they came in so humble, and they literally just, we all get along like family. We've got a comedian, we've got a coach.
Brilliant.
We've got everything.
Let's see, we've got someone online, so let's see who's online. Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. Who's calling, brother? What would you like to say?
My name is Murshid, and first of all, I'd like to congratulate Team Aka Khajana, and let's first get our booking correct. The name of the village is Aka Khajana, never Ahazna, but it's Aka Khajana. And look, on
I didn't realise that. Might be some typing error there.
That's how it's pronounced.
Okay.
So what we I'd like to first of all, Sporting Club, you've done amazing by bringing everyone together. And as Rejwan said, that there are a lot of villages I've never heard of, and we are googling, where's this village, where's that village, and even for Firosoft, someone on my uncle asked me on the day, where's Firosoft? Yeah. I looked at him, I turned around and said, yeah, it's in Beanibazar. So we were all looking at it, we were laughing, trying to find out where all these villages are. And
yeah, that is true.
The knock-on effect of this winning the tournament is that we've had a trust where we've been trying to get together annually, everyone, our village, to sit down and meet each other. But you only get about 20 people, the usual suspects, they're a set of age. And now after winning this game, we are getting phone calls with younger generation who actually want to get involved. And on that basis, I'd like to thank Sporting Club for organising this. And your knock-on effect is getting us, our younger generation, who are interested in to get us to know us, the older generation as well. So on that note, I'd like to say thank you.
No, well, thank you for your call. I think you're right. One of the things is, personally, I'm getting to know different villages there. We've got 186 villages in Beanibazar, and we've managed already over the 5 years probably get around 80 to 90 already in overall, but we're getting average 48, nearly 50 every year, really, and I'm sure it's going to grow. But I was going to say about Firorsok, I mean, I've known Abu since he's been 16. I never knew he's from village Firorsok. All I knew is from Beanibazar, and that's it, really. And these are all strange names, that are coming up. I mean, Shadimapur was another one that I didn't know about. And there's many like that. And I think you're right. And one of the brothers actually donated. It's gone to the winners, the map of Beanibazar, and it was all in English. And he developed that many years ago, he said, and he actually called it Connecting to Your Roots, on there, and he's been giving it out to people. And I quite like the whole idea of the map being in English. It would be so beneficial for young generation, and particularly more so now that it's more important for people that are playing in the Village Cup. Yes, otherwise, people won't. Why would they want to look at that map for? Mm-hmm. Now, the guys who are in the Village Cup, all the hundreds, nearly 500 players that have been involved, everyone will be interested. Oh, is that where, this is my village? Is this how far the other village is? So I think I was actually interested in that.
I mean, something like this would, like you said, it would inspire the children of a certain generation now to actually look into their roots.
Absolutely.
And research that and have interest in it, and which is amazing. And like you said, the concept of that, it can come from football, and it has proven to be.
That's why we're losing our roots in our community, with all the antisocial behaviour and everything else is taking place. So what this competition does is brings the community together. Once again, it starts a dialogue with the younger and older generations. Once you identify where you're from, you're asking. Even your mums and dads getting involved. They want to know. And that's really good. Once again, Ms. Babai, Beanibazar leading the way compared to the other Upazalas and everything else. And this competition has demonstrated that, not just in London, across UK, if you come together, what you could achieve.
Well, there was a total of over 5,000 estimated by people. How many people do you think was there? It was a huge, large crowd. So similarly to last year.
Like last year, we had about 5,000 people turn up. Just want to highlight something else on that point, actually. We had about 56 teams wanted to play this year, and obviously we've been at a committee level. Because they entered late, with a late entry, we could have had a lot more teams.
Wow.
And we have to make sure we can maintain the timing.
Sorry, I've been asked to ask, did you play?
No, I didn't know. Sorry, no. I was too busy with you guys making sure, running up and down from car park to the
No, next year we'll give you freedom to go and play, so no excuses. All right?
You can play for us. We can do with another player.
So far they're really good. So I'm quite happy with the performance. So I don't think they need someone like me who's not
my team is unhappy that I didn't play this year, and for whatever reasons, I was just really relaxed.
But you have played before, haven't you? That's one of the key things, yeah. So yeah, unfortunately, we couldn't get all the teams coming on board because of the timing and because of the late entry. Hopefully next year we'll have those teams who can accommodate them.
Inshallah.
Having said that, you've got to look at also logistics, the pitches, how many pitches we have. We've got 8 pitches there. I think that's quite big. The Power League has got 8 pitch, group of 6 in each group. So you've got to make sure we balance it out. So yes, there's always going to be space to improve. Look at how we can accommodate others and so on. But just to add on, it's known in the village of Beanibazar and Ahazna is going to America, for example. In America, I think in the States they held last year another village cup. So it's going beyond the borders of the UK and now other countries where there is Beanibazar population. They're looking at something similar. And it's great to see this kind of stuff.
But this is, this is a well-organized tournament, I have to say, even though I'm involved in it, compared to others, because I've seen the one in New York and I've seen others as well. So I think it's very important to know that. And that's why we say about the ethos, and I always put it forward. If you want to win, there's plenty of tournaments, I will put you in there. If you're not doing the real work, what you guys are saying, bringing your young people together, then really you're defeating why you're coming into the tournament.
I think logistically it's amazing because it's encouraged us as individual bodies and villages to actually go out there and network and work, and that's basically what we've had to do. Essentially what you're saying about connecting roots, it's not just like, oh, you're going to play. We're actually year on year calling up relatives, rekindling relationships that we haven't spoken to in a long time and saying, oh, hunsi afnar football khalai. And honestly, the funny part was few days before the tournament, we get a wedding card, and it's like my mom's friend's son's wedding. And suddenly, Biarkado, my brother goes, Baya, look, he says Ahazna. So then I'm like, what? The guy's from Ahazna, I didn't even know. Then I called up, and then he goes, yeah. So now it's like we've got another player.
Just to add, also there's a pathway for this tournament as well. You know, the Open Age Upazala tournament as well. So there's for managers to select the players.
Yeah, and we want to invite people this coming Sunday, actually. Not this Sunday, sorry, following Sunday. We've got the Open Age Upazala tournament, so we'd like to invite all Beanibazari people to come and support the Beanibazar team. It's in Bobby Moore Sports Hub. I'll repeat it at the end as well.
Also, the vets is over 35, so your Beanibazar managers there or at the tournaments, looking at players he hasn't seen before. So it's an opportunity for him to see the players.
So I just want to say, big congratulations to you guys. So any final words from yourself? Because we've got other guests that we want to bring on.
I'd like to thank, firstly, the Ahazna Welfare Trust for the long-term support and unconditional support that they provide us from day one, from the start of the tournaments. Brilliant. And would like to mention Munwar Ahmed and Munjur Ahmed, who actually started this journey for us and did all the hard work behind it, getting all the kits initially in the first year and entering the teams. And since then, we've had a lot more support coming in and so on. So I'd like to thank everyone that's watching and supported us all the way through.
Redwan, you were going to show your granddad playing in Beanibazar. Just to hold that picture up and show that. What an amazing historical football team.
So I think
this is before independence, yeah?
Before independence. I think everyone always talks about cricket, and when we were young, my dada, actually my dad's brother, as a dad, he would show it to us when we were young, and we didn't even know what Beanibazar was at the time. It was quite interesting, and he was just saying, and I was like, Beanibazar? He goes, no, Beanibazar. Yeah, he was trying to explain, and this was a final they played. It was the first Muslim team in Beanibazar, all Muslim team, and they actually, you can see the shield here, it was a replay. So the first match final was a draw, so then they had to play a replay, and then they won it, and then, he was quite proud.
Okay. All right, well, that's really good to know, a bit of his history as well. We're going to watch a documentary right now, and then we'll have to change your panels as well. Welcome back. We're talking to the Beanibazar Village Cup, the football festival that recently took place. We have here three new guests here. Let's introduce them. Abdul Samad, who very familiar with Channel S here. So welcome to the program, Samad. He's a BSc, Beanibazar Sporting Club committee member, but also representing Sidra United football team. So welcome on the program, Samad.
Walaikum salam. How you doing, right?
And then we have here Muhammad Shariful Islam, who's from Zolduf. So welcome on the program, Sharif Bhai.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. And then we have here Shirajul Bhai, Muhammad Shirajul Islam, again from Zolduf Sporting Club, UK. Welcome on the program. So let's go on to talk about a little bit about Zolduf's preparation, because you guys are social media all over the place. Even afterwards, beautiful videos of matches that you've done. Who's done all of that behind the scene? Ruhul is doing amazing. Yeah, really good. So what's the preparation? Because I saw a lot of I follow Ruhul a little bit because he does some academies down that side, and also your training program. So I saw serious training going on before the event. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, mainly all credit goes to Ruhul. First year, especially Iron Sharif, who really struggled. And then he joined from the following year. And he actually took a very big weight off our shoulders. So he's doing the managing side of it. So what we're doing now is we go every Thursday football session where we kind of play together, either together or versus each other. So it's all year, he's doing all the preps and them stuff. What's happening now is we got two teams in Zolduf. We are Zolduf Sporting, and in our team, what's happening is I saw the interview of three young kids there wearing the top. It's our grandchildren, yeah?
Mashallah.
So we got Ibrahim, our grandchildren, we got two Ians, and we got Ryan. Interestingly, I was asking, we had after match, we had a treat last Sunday, couple of days ago, basically. I was asking them, and they're counting their age when they can be 16, and then how passionate they are, how passionate. That's the transformation, And I heard my previous brothers was mentioning about the change, and main thing is the connection with Babai.
Yeah.
And he was really right. We can't drag our children to the wedding, but when they're about the football, it's first thing on the calendar.
Yeah, I had someone in our village, Romin's son, who's calculating 4 years, He's saying, 4 years I've got to, to come and join in. So,
still
mashallah, all the youngsters are looking over it.
But we got if we do any tournament under 15 years Village Cup, so we got a team ready.
Yeah.
So they're counting they just join it.
Yeah.
But best thing is that Village Cup is we're just connecting with our youngster. We go Beanibazar, we got a lot of organizations and everything. So sometimes we're trying to take our kids to the kind of organization, that meeting, this and that. Sometimes they actually don't want to go, or going there and then Murabi, they're just talking about the village and everything. But when with the football, they just that way we just connected with that thing as well, to development of the village and everything, infrastructural development of village.
Everything's coming in.
So in that way, the football, they're interested and they're coming through. And in our team, some of the players, they're talking about try to donate some of the football kits and everything, our locally school and a club as well.
You have an academy in Zolduf.
Yes, we do.
I know Jamal's running it really well. The cute visit is at the area into the player. So, Samad, I was going to say, dual role. What's it like being in the committee? And did they make you work so hard? Not me. It's Akbar. Did they make you work so hard?
Well,
what was it like?
Well, funny enough,
behind the scene work.
It was actually a triple role.
Oh, was it? Oh, yes, that's right. Yeah, sorry, a triple role as well. Sponsorship side as well. Yes, mashallah.
So yeah, look, I think first and foremost, it's worthwhile mentioning, as an avid fan of the tournament for the last 5 years, it's now great to see how it's all put together. And I think I just want to share a moment of the tireless work that goes on behind the scenes. Although I was in Cyprus, it didn't feel like a holiday. Our general, I call him Maximus, was calling me for anything that needs to be done. He taught me a few words as well. I say Kheramoti and Mestori and all that. So look, it's good banter, it's good fun. But the most important thing is what the cause is.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't matter where you are. We're all volunteers. We're all members of the community, and all we want to do is make sure on the day there's smiles on obviously people's faces. But the work that goes on tirelessly with Major Mesbah Bhai like yourself, with the General and Akbar Bhai, Sorwar Bhai, the both Ruhul brothers, Tipu Bhai, you know, the unity that I've seen there, I think it's worthwhile commending, because whatever the situation is, there's always a point of communication. You know, whether it's through WhatsApp group or various meetings that goes on. I love to call it a Khobor meeting. You know, and Akbar Bhai loves calling these Khobor meetings. And it's all about making sure that on the day, everything runs smoothly. Yeah. Something you mentioned about the security guards, it's not to that we're going to see any mishaps or anything like that. It's just to make sure that we are thinking of the welfare and the being of the supporters that are going to be there, especially women. You know, I remember the first year, you know, I call it the Habi Gushti, you know. The Abdul Shafiq family represents a Habi Gushti in itself.
Yeah, that's
so,
true.
you know, making sure obviously everything's been done in the most nicest way.
He's got a pure family team, by the way.
Yes, yes.
You know, the second hat is the Siddhara manager hat. You know, my brother who does the recitation at the opening, he's been trying to get into the team for the last 4 years. You know, and this year he made it.
Who's been deselecting or not selecting him over the last 4 years?
Well, look, there's no form of nepotism, but when it's your own village, you can't help it. I don't want people to say, but look, the players that I choose are based on their merits. And look, when it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And, you know, he put on a good show. Unfortunately, our striker in the last minute, you know, couldn't make it. And then we have to draft in another brother. So this is probably the first year everyone's looking, thinking he's got 3 brothers playing there. Yeah. We had no other choice.
That's true.
So just on record. And then the third hat, you know, BSC in partnership with Beanibazar Cancer Hospital is raising awareness, you know, because, you know, we believe that this is the next generation, although we're connecting roots. You know, Beanibazar Cancer Hospital is a massive initiative, you know, set up by our, you know, forefathers. You know, one day they want to see that dream, and hopefully, you know, people like ourselves can then pass it on to the younger generation. So it's all about connecting roots, and I think the synergy works seamlessly. And Akbar, as Akbar Bhai has already mentioned, it keeps getting bigger and better and stronger, and I see it getting younger. We were unfortunate to be in the team of Ahazna. You know, the players that they've got, my God, it's almost like they could take on a whole team by themselves. You know, there was one point I'm thinking, is that Ronaldo there? You know, is that the equivalent of Ronaldo there? He was showboating a bit, but then I think the manager kind of like said, look, you know, let's just make sure we do it. But no, look, it's been an amazing competition. And on the day, you know, like we even had someone get dim farata. I didn't even get to see the dim farata. You know, that's how busy it was.
I was supposed to have it in the end, but it's nice and tasty. But let's talk about Zoldov's, because Zoldov's preparation, you know, was great from what I saw. You know, what was it like in the tournament? How did you guys feel, you know, participating in the tournament? Where did you finish in the groups?
Well, I think I said it before, Ms. Babai. This is one of the football tournaments. Being a footballer myself, obviously, I played several competitions. But this is the tournament, I think all team comes not for being a champion, just to enjoy. Let me give you some of the fever. I mentioned about children counting their age, and also, I would never think of my son knowing some of the people from Zoldov. Never. I never would think of that. It's just a football platform that has given. They all know each other, like, you know, the younger to the senior, they know. It's because of the football. And the football thing, like, I especially want to mention, we have 2 editions this year, especially Rejwan and Iftikhar. And obviously, we are talking about Rejwan. He's a young guy, and Iftikhar, I believe he plays for Brick Lane or something. They're quite skilled player. So other side we have Murad, we got Oshim, we got Johnny, we got Ruhul, itself we got Bulbul. So we got seniors and junior kind of team. Yeah, we're playing just to, I mean, we're doing the training and them stuff. We're also connecting with others just to find out some more.
We've got a couple of callers, so let's see who's online. Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Who's calling, brother? What would you like to say?
Brother, my name is Junaid from Cambridge, brother. One of my friends, Rejwan, is on the show. Kajuni.
Yeah, so Ridwan is just off the panel at the moment, but yeah, he's listening.
I just wanted to obviously congratulate him and the team as well. Obviously, they've been working really, really hard over the last few years. And I've obviously been by his side. He was always talking about it especially over the last few years, and how obviously good they did in this tournament. And just to congratulate them massively. So well done.
Oh, thank you for your call, and Ridwan is listening to everything that you're saying. So I'm sure he'll pass on the thank yous afterwards. Okay, thank you for your call. Let's see who else is online. Hello, assalamu alaikum. Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Hello, alaikum assalam.
Who's calling, and what would you like to say?
My name is Ruby.
Ruby, what would you like to say? Did you go down to the Village Cup?
Did I what?
Did you attend the Village Cup football tournament?
No, I didn't. My question is nothing related to this topic, but I just had a simple question. Why do your guests, this is a Bengali channel, why do your guests always speak in English? My mom's watching this, she's not understanding the word he's saying.
Fair point. Thank you for your call. We'll make sure that we have a combination of language here on the program. Thank you for your call. Actually, it's true. Actually, naturally, I'm English Madhuri, but at the end of the day, we should talk in Bangla a little bit. So, Sharif bhai, আপনি হোক আমরা Zoldu for Timor the performance on the day. How was it like compared to other teams?
আমরা Timor actually preparation back a long time থেকে নিছি আমরা pitch একটা already booked করা for year round. We're playing Zoldu Sporting Club UK and Khalaira Sporting as well, and we got other players from outside the Beanibazar as well just supporting us. But our preparation alhamdulillah was good. আমরা quarter final পর্যন্ত খেলাইছি. That's the thing, like other teams যেটা কইতাম স্যার যে আমরা অন্যান্য টিমরে আমরা টিমর যে প্লেয়ারগুলো সাপোর্ট করা দরকার আমরা আফটার টুর্নামেন্ট হোয়াইভার দ্য রেজাল্ট আমরা অত চিন্তা করছি না বা আমরা জাস্ট ডু এ ডিনার পার্টি উইথ দেম অ্যান্ড দেন লাইক উই তারা আমরা গ্রামেরইও থাকি আর কি আমরা বেস্ট প্লেয়ার খেয়ে হয়েছেন টুর্নামেন্টও খেয়ে খেলাইছে টপ স্কোরার যে আলাদা আলাদা করে গিফট করে দেওয়া হয়েছে প্রাইজ দেওয়া হয়েছে বিকজ অফ এনকারেজিং দেম আমরা আলাদা আলাদা করে করছি তো অন্যান্য টিম রেওলা করলে হয়তো তারা আরও সাপোর্ট মানে আগুয়ে যাইব ইয়াং প্লেয়ার যারা তারা যে বহুত প্লেয়ার খুশি আছে না আমি কোনো সময় গ্যাদারিং গেছি না তারা রেস্টুরেন্টে লইয়া গেছি করছি তো সো আলটিমেটলি করেন ভালো হইব আর আরেকটা জিনিস হলো আমরা লস অফ বেনিজারি আমরা প্লেয়ার বা কোচ সকল আছেন যারা লাইক সাপোর্ট করতে পারে টিমরে আমরা রুলস একটা ছোটো একটা একাডেমি বাচ্চাদের রান করে এটাকে নাম এলিট ফুটবল একাডেমি কিডস সকলের এভরি সানডে সো আমরা রুলরে ইনভলভ করছি সো হি নোজ লাইক লস অফ থিংস যেটা আমরা ফুটবলের টেকনিক্যাল থিং আছে সো ওগুলো আমরা আরও যারা আছেন ভিলেজও ওগুলো ভিলেজেও আছেন কম বেশি involved করলে মনে হয় আরো ভালো হইব thank you to Beanibazar Sporting Club because of Akbar I mentioned before like about security and everything it's quite fantastic was nice but এখন লাগের প্লেস এটা ফুল হয়ে যায় কি আমরা লাগি আরো like
that's true so this is something we will be talking about for next year because we want to add on মনে হলো আমরা family হলো লাগি
just siders
somebody recommended actually having bouncy castle মনে হলো for other things for children that we can accommodate so inshallah but let's talk about a little bit on the open age which is coming up next Sunday. Can we?
No, listen. Sunday after.
Oh, sorry.
I think the Bishtari course. The 24th August, July. Sorry. This is the first open age tournament organised by Australia. We are participants, just like Nebathana is. So my appeal to all the Beanibazar is please come along on the day, support our team. This is a young team. This is 16 plus, open age basically for those who are not following football or I'm going to guest all last one for 16 plus. So we got a young team, a very good team, and our managers, the team, the assistants are working very hard. We had loads of trials in the last few weeks, selecting. I think we had 50 plus players playing on the trial, and eventually made that to 23-man squad, including subs and so on. So I'm going to show that Aiba on the 20th of July. I'm sure you'll give information on the TV as well as the local media and social media. So please support the team, come along, enjoy their food, biranis and so on, and clap on and cheer on for the teams, yes.
Yeah. So, Samad, Siddhara for next year, what do you think? Progress?
Yeah, I think we're going to try and obviously merge two of the teams together to have one strong team. And if there is the chance that from the merging, we actually get two teams, that's the aim anyway. because I think because we've done it for 5 years, and I think the furthest we've got was a quarter final. We really want to like try and get more youngsters to come involved. So I think, look, you know, moving forward, that's what we're encouraging. But I just also want to mention the blueprint that BSE has created. There were a few Pakistani supporters that came to obviously see it. They were so overwhelmed by the whole occasion. They want to take that to their villages now in order to obviously try and obviously do it.
They'll probably overdo us if it's the Mirpuris, you know. They're taking over all my friends, you know, up north. You know, they'll probably beat us when it comes to villages here. But I just want to say thank you all for joining, you know, today. And I just want to say to all the viewers, thank you for watching. The Shunali Otit Open Age Upajala Tournament is on Sunday, 20th of July. It's in Bobby Moore Sports Hub in Dagenham. Beanibazar team is taking part, so please do come down and come and support them. It's the younger version of the Upajala that I would say. Please come down on the day, and thank you everyone for watching the program. Assalamu alaikum.